This game takes place in San Pellicano, a fictional coastal city with 3 distinct districts. You play as a paramedic responding to emergency calls throughout the city. Of course, you are not just teleporting between emergencies. You have to navigate through dense city traffic in your ambulance, dealing with cars that may or may not move out of your way properly. The city feels relatively alive for a simulator game, with lots of pedestrians and traffic that actually reacts to your presence. The driving feels pretty substantial. You need to be careful with your sirens and lights. Watch out for pedestrians, because hitting one is an instant game over. And find the best route through traffic. The game has a GPS system to help you navigate as you arrive at a scene. This is of course where it gets interesting. You need to assess your patients through a combination of questioning and physical examination. You will ask about what happened, if there are any pre-existing conditions, and medications they might be taking. Then you can examine different parts of the body for symptoms. The game will let you use various medical tools like blood pressure cuffs and stethoscopes, and you will have to make decisions about treatment based on what you find. The cases range from simple stuff like stress-related incidents to more serious situations like car crashes, house fires, and major accidents. In bigger incidents, you might need to prioritize patients based on the severity of the injuries. Once you have stabilized a patient, you need to get them onto a stretcher, which can be a bit awkward to handle, and then into the ambulance for transport to the hospital. The game has 2 modes, a classic mode with guidance for beginners, and a simulation mode that removes all the assists, for people who really want to test their medical knowledge. There are 36 different types of medical conditions you might encounter, and 17 different medical instruments to use. The game does build up in complexity, because of course you start with simpler cases to learn the basics, but eventually you will deal with major catastrophes like bridge collapses or explosions. And this is also where you have multiple patients. One interesting aspect is that your patient's conditions can change during transport. For example, someone's heart rate might spike, or their breathing might get worse. So you have to be able to adapt your treatment plan on the fly. While it's clearly trying to be somewhat realistic, it's still accessible enough for non-medical professionals to understand and play. The price point is set at $30 US. The main potential limitation might be that cases could start feeling repetitive, but the developers seem to be counting on the variety of emergency types and the unpredictable nature of the city's traffic to keep things interesting. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.
We take donations running out of time.